Hello, everyone. Uh, I would like to look at you to look at me in a manner like Alan Watts once said, one of the philosophers that I really admire, before one of his lectures. He was a Zen master, and in the beginning he said, imagine that I'm a violinist, or I'm a drummer. I have nothing to sell. I'm here not to preach and not to teach. Imagine that you came to listen for an orchestra, and I'm one of the players. I'm not here to convince you to become a violinist or to become a drummer. I'm not here for you to join the orchestra. I'm here for you to enjoy the music. So, in this manner, please look at this talk, and I suggest you to look at everything you are spreading to others and what others are spreading to you. I have a story that more or less involves failure. I look into a failure as a choice, and the failure does not happen in one night or one day. It's not that like you live your life and you just, bam, fail. Yeah, it does not happen that way. Actually, you're failing, and I'm failing at many small steps and small occasions, and eventually we see that as a big fail. Yeah. So my attitude to that is you have to look for those small fails, and you have to prevent them. I think one of the best examples how to do that, it's like building a search engine for yourself, of yourself. The results might not be so quick as in Google, for example. You might have actually to walk a mile or two. In my case, I do hikes for 100 kilometers that people accomplish in one day, and then they think about their lives. They're just, oh, that's a break from my ordinary life, and I can do something like that. And it's wonderful. And in general, the basic concept is, if you have an action, and you're looking for some sort of outcome, you are doing something towards it, right? Right. But sometimes you don't achieve that one. So what you add is a feedback loop. What people often do, they do more of the same. Yeah. If you are not getting good at mathematics, so learn more mathematics. They do not ask how I do it. Maybe I should try something different. Because in order to achieve different results, you have to do something differently. That's kind of logical, but people don't do that. Strange for me. This is basically, if you do something different, for example, action A1, you will get a result, B1. If you do action A2, you will get B2, and etc. And you will move towards and towards to your final goal. And these things, I think, why people fail most of the time, and why I fail, is because of their own mind. It's a very hard thing to compete with, especially for the thoughts. A person experiences over 50,000 thoughts a day. It's like in the evening you say then, oh yes, I should start running, starting tomorrow. And that's one thought, yes? You wake up and suddenly, you have no thoughts about running. You have a thought about, oh, where's the snooze button? Yes, snooze button. And you are all the time competing. That's why when people see a fancy car and they think, oh yes, I should be driving that. I want that car. And it just gets lost in other thoughts. Because your mind is like an ocean, let's say. Yeah. Whee! A very deep ocean. Yeah. And this is just, actually, these are the conscious thoughts, the 50,000. The other is unlimited. Loads and loads and lots of information that is constantly circulating through you. If you cannot affect this field, you cannot achieve actually anything. Because this field creates your thoughts. So if you want to achieve something, it has to be burning inside of you. I have a really great, I think, thought about, I believe actually in that. If you can think of a dream while the star is still falling down, you will really achieve it. Who of you, let's say 1, 2, 3, yes, what's your dream? Do you have it? Yes? Wonderful. What an audience. You have it, yes? Who of you thought about, oh, I should have thought about the other dream? There are, yes? So this is, we are not concentrated into one direction. And if a person is so deeply thriving with that one thought, that he can remember that one thought, that one dream, one goal that he is on right now, he will achieve it. Because that thing is very deeply inside here. And what they do actually, people, after that, when they have the dream, they actually make a choice to sacrifice something for it. It's not the money, most often it's people. Because you have to use some time to achieve something. And in my case, for example, it was a marathon. I decided one morning that I will run a marathon. It was actually a consequence of various events. For example, I used to smoke. I was smoking about a pack a day. I was drinking lots of coffee and spending 14 hours in an office. And one day I just sat down and thought, man, I have no social life. I have no time to go to meet others. I feel really bad physically. I'm not moving. And man, I'm 21. Is this the way that the person should be living? No. So one morning I decided that I will start running. I went outside. No, I didn't. The first morning I overslept. So I thought, how can I overslept, yes. I should do something different about that. For a person like me, I used to wake up at 7:30, and with the last minute I would go to the office. I had to wake up at 4. That was my plan. I have to wake up at 4. That was a great challenge. And I thought, how could I solve this? And the phrase that was motivating me was, how bad do you really want that? And I thought, really badly. How bad do I really want that? Really badly. And I decided not to sleep at all. So I spent the second night not sleeping. A great success. At 4 a.m. I was in the stadium running. I was spending the last of the day sleepy, but I achieved my goal. For me, it was more important to start running and to take care of me and to achieve the goal than to go to work in a good condition. I was running long distances on Saturdays, so this means no parties on Friday. For a person like me, that was also a challenge. And I have lost many friends because of that, because the thing that connects you is beer. Yeah. And that's not a problem. If you commit to the one goal, and you commit to sacrifice something around that, you will actually achieve it. And I achieved it. After a trauma, I finished running my marathon, and that was one of the greatest things I ever done. After that, I decided that sitting in office kills me. So I quit my job. And I knew a lot of things about myself. This is one of the examples. I learned that the mind is a very good machine that can prevent you from achieving anything. For example, when you wake up, you just, oh, it's snowing. Now I'll go back to sleep. Yes. Oh, it's probably a bit cold. Oh, I'm a bit tired. You have lots and lots of thoughts that want to prevent you from going anywhere. It comes from very old times when our unconscious mind is thinking, if I'm not dead yet, this means that I have done everything correctly before. So why should I change anything? Come on. So when you wake up in the morning, the first thing that I learned to do was to stop listening to that voice. Actually put my running shoes right by the bed, my running shorts just by the bed, my running t-shirts just by the bed. And when you wake up, you just put your feet off and you, oh, I'm already in the shorts. So just whoop. Oh, I'm in the shoes. Wonderful. T-shirt, etc. And then you get back into the stadium and it's, oh, damn, it's snowing. And you have never thought about that. That's the ways you trick yourself. You try to outcompete yourself. Think about where you can fail. For example, tomorrow in the morning I have to bring documents, yes, with me. I'm going to the meeting, yes. You can leave them on the table and you might miss them. You might leave them and think, oh yes, I will definitely remember. or a USB drive or something like that, even smaller. Put it in your shoe. You will never forget that one. Such thinking of the small things where you can fail can prevent you from, well, failing in big stuff. Because all failures become failures because of the small failures that are coming towards it. What I actually am a fan about is the analyzing part of that. And I'm fond of, if we are thinking why we are failing, it's a very good thing to do is to have a diary. Who of you have a diary? Not the one you are crying into. Okay, wonderful. So this is also not the one you should cry into. You write a thing. Yes, it's a thing you thought about accomplishing. This works in every field of your life. For example, if you are going and seeing a wonderful lady and you want to say hi to her. Yes, some of the fellas have this problem. And just go and just, oh no, probably I won't. Yes, in the bar, no, she was not so pretty after all. Yeah, you have this thing. We have that. Mind is constantly making those excuses. Yeah. So at first you start, what worked in my attempt to do anything? And you see, I managed to walk 5 steps towards her. Yes, or I managed to wake up in the morning at 8. What prevented me from doing that? Well, where I failed. Sorry. You see that, I did not manage to start talking to her. What prevented me from doing that? And what helped me in doing that? And conclusions. And this can be applied to anything you're doing. If you're doing this at work, for example, I used to call around the world for the whole day. I had to make 100 calls a day. So this is, I want to make 100 calls a day. What I managed to do is 60 calls a day. I failed at 40. What helped me? Cookies by the table. And what prevented me from doing? A colleague with whom I've been spending the whole afternoon after lunch. So conclusion, next time, stop talking to your colleague and go back to work. What this makes is actually you encounter the same situations every time in your daily lives. But this time, if you really analyze that, you will remember that analysis process that you already did. And you will remember, oh yes, last time I did this, and I decided to do that. The consequences were, and then you'll skip that. And you will go to a new model. You will go onto another loop, and you will achieve new results. So doing the same is not an option. And you're always getting better if you're analyzing what you're doing. What is really essential, I think, is to know the urgency of that. One great thing to do is to pick an empty A4 and write it full of your dreams. Write anything that you want to accomplish, achieve, wherever, however real or not real it can be. For me, the marathon, I have never been running before. So that was, dude, what the heck. Try that. If you fill it with one side, the other side, then you will understand that the life is too short to accomplish the full of it. And then you will know that the time is now. To start, to begin, to achieve, to stop wasting time for not meaningful things, to stop listening to others who are willing to make you live according to their expectations. That's not the life you should be living, I think. You should be experimenting, especially in your young lives. Most of the young people, why they are not pursuing their own dreams? It's because they're working in the offices. And that's the first thing they do while they are students. They get some money. At that time, it's quite a lot. They're not dependent on their parents, so they continue doing that. And eventually, they get promoted. And when the time comes, and they think, I should try something different, it's too scary to drop everything and to start something new. So before going to job, I suggest you to try freelancing, try doing something on your own. I don't know, last 2 years of my life were the most beautiful and really wonderful after quitting the job from 8 to 5. That was cool. Yeah. Be kind to yourself, I think. You know all the answers. That small gut feeling that we all have inside tells you what you should do. But the expectations of others, that strange thing in your head, it's preventing you from doing that. It's preventing me from doing that. It's preventing everybody. But your decision to choose not to listen to that voice, or one great tip is to make that voice, for example, sexy. Oh no, you cannot do that. Yeah? You can play tricks with your mind. It's a tool. It's a wonderful tool. It can help you achieve things, and it can help you to fail. There are people who say, oh no, self-help books do not work. Yes, for you they don't, because you think so. For people who think that they work, they work. So changing your life means changing your mindset. And in general, just taking something new, a very small thing, can lead you to great results. I was not planning a marathon in the beginning. I was planning just to go for a small run. Started with a glass of water in the morning. Last year, me and 3 other fellas decided, oh, let's try hiking 100 kilometers in one day by the seaside. Why not? We did that. Next time, there were 27, and a few weeks ago, there were over 70 people who got inspired to do that. So doing good things and doing impressive things for yourself can inspire others. And that is one of the main reasons why you should do that. Because creating your better life means inspiring others to pursue their better lives. Yeah, I think that's it.